Hello everyone. Welcome to a little tournament I'm making. I've had plenty of people asking me, "Oh, host the Dinosaur King tournament. Host your own little tournament." And with the amount of requests I've gotten, I've decided to start my own tournament. Now, this tournament will obviously be hosted by me, but I have heavily got it inspired from Stranger Gamer. If no one knows who he is one of the more original people who actually hosts Dinosaur King tournaments. He hosts some really good tournaments and they are really well done, and basically I just took inspiration from his. But instead of just going outright, oh yeah, I'm just gonna copy his tournament, I didn't do that. I actually made my own concept, and there's actually my own features which I've added to this little tournament, and obviously I'll go over them as the time goes on. So this video will literally just explain to you guys the rules, info about the tournament, so like information about the tournament and how to enter the tournament. So without further ado, let's just get into this. So the first thing is the info about the tournament. It's my first tournament I've hosted, so I may be a bit rusty, but I'll try my best to host a great tournament. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'll try my best. If I get something wrong, then I'll host I'll basically sort it out. Basically, all the moves will be random, and we'll go over the rock paper scissors, the 1, 2, and 3. 1 will be rock, 2 will be scissors, and 3 will be paper. As people know, I did in my randomizer rampage tournament. That was the way I did it. Now, yeah, this next one might be a bit of a push for some people, but I'll be hosting this on the D Team versus the Alpha Fortress emulator. Now, I know people will complain to me, like down here, with the rule that means dinosaurs exclusive to Japan Awaken emulator will not be available, like super dinos, armored dinosaurs, things like that. I understand people will not really be happy with the idea of not being able to use things like super dinosaurs and stuff like that, but like the main thing to this is because I can't understand them very well, which is true. I grew up playing the actual like UK version of it, so we never actually got the sort of super dinosaur sort of thing here. So it's kind of a bit, I'm still trying to understand it to this day. I know it's so old by now, but I'm still trying to understand it to this day. But with the free time I have, I want the battles to be easy to keep track of. So including all these sort of things would be a bit more of a nightmare for me to figure out and to do. So without these, it helps me to actually host it, because the rules aren't as big as they could be. Like, I understand Stranger's tournament does allow dinosaurs like these, but like I said, this tournament is different to Stranger's. I've spiced up my own little ways of it, but yeah, and I also can't understand Japanese, which is true. But yeah, that is going to be one of the main things. That'll be one of the main things, which will be a bit more iffy for some players, but here's like the basic rules. All dinosaurs are allowed to enter the tournament, but Black T-Rex is banned. The reason why Black T-Rex is banned is because if you give him the correct moves, he can be quite a deadly dinosaur. I think people would understand what I mean by that. But you need to pick out 2 dinosaurs to fight for your team, and secret dinosaurs can be in the tournament, but you're only allowed 1 secret dinosaur per team. And any bonus cards like egg cards or character cards or any of those sort of things, I'm not allowing into the tournament. I was going to put down that you could, but I looked into them and it's a bit, it's hard to say if you can or can't. But one, I forgot to write it down, but one dinosaur a couple of dinosaurs you are allowed to use is things like Chomp, Terry, Paris, Ace, those sort of dinosaurs. You're allowed to use them, but any bonus cards like egg cards and like group cards that have multiple dinosaurs and such is not allowed. The way the tournament will work is that when you have sent in your dinosaurs, you cannot change them past the deadline unless I say you can due to a problem with your team. So basically, if you submit to me, say, 2 dinosaurs and 6 moves, if the deadline hasn't gone past, I'm allowing players to actually say to me, oh, can I tweak my team a bit before the tournament? And then they can. They're allowed to until the deadline's passed. As soon as the deadline's passed, I will not be allowing any changes to any teams unless I say that you can because there is a problem with your team. Depending on how many players enter, if there is an odd number, I will randomise a random team using the random wheel as a filter. So basically, if I get an odd number of players, which might be like 1 or 2 odd players, or mainly just 1, if I just have a gap still, I'll just literally randomise a filler team. And after entries are all in, and the deadline has passed for entries, I'll post a video as soon as I can of putting all the dinosaur team players into their first battle. So basically, it'll be just picking out people and randomising who they'll be fighting as their first person. These moves listed are banned from the tournament: Life Force Swap and Deathfire. I think many people can understand why these moves are banned. They can be quite overpowered moves. Yeah, they can be quite deadly moves. The deadline will be the 10th of May. This will give people 17 days to enter, but I can extend it if people want me to. So say if I get only like 5 players or something, I could extend this deadline to say like 15th or 20th of May if people wanted me to try and get into more players. But yeah, so the deadline will be the 10th of May from when this video is posted, so that basically get your dinosaurs in by this time, unless I do extend this, which I will say if I do. Basically how it will work: when people have been put in with their enemy, their battle will take place, and if you get knocked out, you'll be put into a lucky wheel. The lucky wheel will have all the names of the people that are taken out, and two people will be randomly picked. These 2 will have a fight, and the winner will be getting a spot back into the tournament. This will only happen for the first stage of the tournament. The rest is basically just a knockout tournament. So basically, if I just quit out that, basically, say if player 1 was taken out by player 2, they would go into this wheel tournament. They'll go into this, and I don't know why that's gone like that. There we go. Yeah, basically they'll go into here. Player 3 was knocked out, and player 6 was knocked out, and player 8 was knocked out. Basically what will happen is there'll be a randomised wheel, and 2 of these people, say player 3, if these will work sorry about that, say player 3 was in and player 8 got back in. These players will move on as usual. They will move on to their next stage. They'll move on to their next stage, and these 2, the 2 players that got knocked out, they will battle each other, and the winner will continue back into the tournament for another lucky chance of winning. This will only happen on the first stage. So like the first the first matches that take place. From then on, it will just be the last players that are remaining. But yeah, so that is literally the basics of here. And then, like I said, the rest of it is literally just like player 2 versus player 4, player 5, player 7. Obviously, this isn't equal because this was just an example. But yeah, this will have another guy under here. But yeah, so if people can understand that, then that is literally like, it's a little idea which I thought would be quite interesting to see what would happen. And I think it'd be quite a nice little neat idea to include. But yeah, so that's how the tournament will run. And basically how to enter. There's many different ways you can enter. You can contact me by leaving a team in the description of the video, or you can add me on Discord, which I don't mean to skip that. You can add me on Discord, which is this account right here. You can message me on Instagram, which is this here, or you can send me an email over my email, or you can just do it through YouTube, which is obviously my YouTube channel. So this is literally just the rundown, the basics, and yeah, I just hope people like this little competition I'm doing, and I hope people will like to enter. So as soon as this video is posted and you've watched the whole thing, if you follow the rules, you can start sending in your dinosaurs from now. So I hope people enjoy, and I hope people can get on with this.